Okay, good morning and welcome to the TDME Cloud Computing session with focus on AWS. So today we are going to be talking about something important and different. Today we are going to be talking about what is known as the AWS budget. Yeah, so it is always advisable that after you must have created your management control account, as you can see, and gain the necessary method or skills in understanding the management console as we did in the previous video, whereby you know where you can get the settings of your page, you know how you can contact AWS notification, cloud shell, how you can search for services, as you can see here. You also know how to get your account ID, know how much credit is left. Okay, you can copy your account ID and know how to understand. Okay, this is a summary of your page, cost and usage and all the rest. It is also important to set a budget. You don't just work, you don't just start deploying. You can be working for a company, a school. It can be your private account you want to use for your private labs and all the rest. It is important for you to set a budget. Okay, you need to have a budget in hand. You need to have a budget that you work on. The budget can be $100 per month. The budget can be, you know, $50 per month. It can be $10 per month. It is necessary. I would advise you to set a budget. Okay, you set a budget for AWS to notify you whenever you have approached at least 70% of that budget, and so that you should go back and review stuff in case there was a mistake, in case you forgot a service running which you don't need. You can terminate so that you don't go above your budget and you end up paying for something you don't understand, because as I said, AWS is going to charge you every month. Okay, at the start of a new month, always the first or the third of a new month, AWS is going to charge you for the previous month, and they are going to deduct their money automatically from the cards, the prepaid cards, the Visa card that you attach to this account when we were creating our AWS management console account. So moving straight into why we are here. First, you need to log into your AWS account. As you can see, I love working with US East 1 region, which is also called the North Virginia region. There are so many regions. Remember, I told you this is exactly where you can see all the regions. There are default regions that have been enabled by sorry, by AWS. Okay, these are the default regions, as you can see. North Virginia, Ohio, California, Oregon, Asia regions. We have Mumbai, we have Osaka. Okay, you go down to Canada, we have Europe. These are different regions that you can work on, and it is advisable to always use the region that is closest to you or closest to your customer. So you can change the region here. There are other regions, you can go and enable them. Okay, there are other regions, but these are the default ones that are enabled by AWS. So in order to access your budget page, you need to click on the arrow top right of your screen beside your account ID. You just click on this drop down arrow and you select what billing and cost management. So I'm going to right click and open in a new tab. So this is our billing and cost management dashboard. There are so many things, so many components that you need to master or know them on this particular dashboard. But our main goal for today is to set a budget. Okay, so they are telling me that I can upgrade from the free plan to another plan, which for now I don't want. Okay, I want to stick with the free plan gotten from AWS with my $100. You can come here to know the balance credit left, as I said. So on the billing and cost management page, there are so many pricing components or tools here. So this is the welcome page. As you can see, it gives you a summary, cost summary of your month to date, total forecast based on the services that you'll be using. If there's any abnormalities, it is going to dictate that and all the rest. Okay, and you can see here they're telling us what setup required. You need to set up a budget. Okay, you need to set up a budget. So before we actually set up a budget, now every month or every day, if you're confused and you want to know a rundown of what you are acquiring when it comes to billing, you can come under your billing and cost management and you click on bills. Okay, when you click on bills, AWS is going to give you the bill. that you're presently on for that particular month. Like for example, we are in January. There is a billing period from January 1st to 31st, 2026, and the billing status is still pending. Yeah, it's pending because we have not started using any service. When we start, you are going to see, you come, you see in dollars, and you see the tax. Okay, remember, whatever thing you use, and AWS charges for, they are going to, there's a tax attached to it. Don't forget. And you can scroll down as well to have a detail when it comes to the different services you're using. So if you scroll down, you come to charges per service. Here you're going to have a rundown of all the services you're using. How much is AWS charging you per service? This is actually the best part of this bill dashboard, because it actually tells you which service is running, and when you expand it, it will actually tell you which region that particular service is, so that if you have launched, for example, so many compute services in different regions, you'll be able to know that there are different compute services in North Virginia, Ohio, and the rest. Remember, you are able to see all this because billing and cost management is a global service. Okay, don't bother. There is a session where I'm going to explain to you the key differences between global service, regional service, and all the rest. Okay, but you know that this is a global service. Global service simply means you can use them anywhere in the world. You can access all other services that are regional. Regional simply means a particular service is stick to a particular region. Unless you go to that region, as I told you, you'll not be able to see that service. But global, it is general. So this is actually where you can see a detail, know the details of the services you're using and the price attached to them per region. Okay, and also when it comes to payment, in case a payment failed per month, let's say the wants to deduct their money when you start using a real account and there is no money in the card, you can come to, it will actually fail. Okay, so you need to come to payment and you redo the payment. You're going to see a list of all your payments here. You can download them. Okay, on applied funds and transaction, all you can see them here. Credit also, in case someone gives you a credit, you can see them. As you see, AWS gave us $100 credit. That is it. It's under credit on billing and cost management. There are so many things here. You can see cost explorer, all these things we are going to handle them free here and all the rest. And also, before we actually move to where we are here, if you scroll down, you're going to see payment preferences and billing preferences. Okay, remember we attach a prepaid card. We have attached a card, I don't know the type of card you're using. I'm using a virtual card. When you come under payment preferences, you're going to see the details of your card here. Okay, this is the details of my card, and you can actually modify. You can add another card and remove the current one. But take note, before you actually add, before you actually remove the present card attached to this account, you need to add a secondary one first. Okay, you cannot just remove this because this is the default payment method. So in future, if something happens to this card is missing, I don't know, there are so many things or for circumstances that can happen and uh, 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 you don't have that card again, you can come here. The new card you have, you add. Okay, when you add the card, you can then remove this one and you make the new one your default payment method. Now let's dive straight into why we are here. So see under your billing and cost management dashboard, if you scroll, you look where you scroll to the left, you're going to see budget. Okay, click on budget. So as I said, you need to set up a budget. You need to work on the budget. Please don't just start deploying stuff anyhow. You forget to terminate them and otherwise. Always set a budget so you work according to that budget. If something happens and you're going against or above that budget or towards 70% of that budget, AWS is going to notify you. Okay, so your budget can be $10, your budget can be $100, it all depends. So now I'm going to be working on a $15 per month, $15 max per month. So when I come here under billing and cost management, you locate budget. I'm going to create a budget. Okay, you can either use a template, simplify, or you customize yours. It all depends. You can either set up a zero spend budget, okay, monthly cost budget, daily saving plan, coverage budget. There's so many different budgets. Okay, so for example, we want to set a monthly cost budget. It means we're going to create a monthly budget that notifies you if you exceed or what are forecasted to exceed the budget. So you can be notified if you have exceeded a particular threshold, or AWS will forecast based on your active deployment or active services that you will what you exceed. So sometimes they might notify you and you go there are no services running or no resources are on. Yeah, you should not be confused, because it might be that based on your last usage, AWS notice that you can go above. Okay, so let's go with the monthly cost budget and we scroll down. Now you need to give it a budget name. So I'm going to go with the default, my monthly cost budget. You need to enter your budget amount here. Okay, as I said, I want to work with the 15 US dollars budget. Okay, 15. Email recipient, now you need to put the email address that AWS is going to use to notify you. So I'm going to put my email address. I'm using the same email address that I used in creating this account. Maximum number of email recipient is 10. You can put more than one in case you're not the only one managing this account, but since I'm the only one, this is the only only email address I'm going to attach. Okay, they spoke about scope. You can read. You'll be notified when your actual spend reaches 85%, when your actual spend reaches 100%, if your forecasted spend is expected to reach 100%. So these are the three different scenarios where AWS is going to notify you. As I said, it's simple. Access your billing and cost management. Scroll down, click on budget. You create a budget. You use a simple template, simplify. When you scroll down, you go with the monthly cost budget. Give it a budget name. If you don't want to use the default, I'll stay with this. Enter the amount. Okay, it's in dollars, $15. Put a recipient, which is an email address. You can put up to 10 if you want. And you do what? You create that budget. And that's it. My budget has been created already. And this is a summary of it. The name, the threshold is okay for now. The health status is healthy. The billing is a primary view. It's going to monitor everything. The budget is 15. And you see everything is fine. So, whenever my budget is attempting 85% or is already at 100, or the notice based on my past usages or based on my past deployment that I'm about to attain that threshold, 85% and above, AWS is going to send me an email. A mail, sorry. Okay, AWS is going to notify me through email that hey, something is okay, a message will come that hey, you have attained or you are about to, and go and you know verify if everything is okay. As I said, sometimes they might notify you based on their forecast mechanism. You might go there and you don't see anything running, so you should not be surprised. So that is the little I have for you today. And in summary, don't forget, always set up a budget. Have a budget you work on. Have a budget. Things might change. You come and modify it. Okay, you can come and select. Miss Coding. If I select, you go to action. You can edit. You can delete and create a new one. But remember, always set up a budget, have a budget plan. So thank you and stay tuned. See you in the next video. Bye for now.